Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to this video where I discuss with you about looking after your technology. Now, we all work hard, we all earn our money and then we invest that money in either products or gadgets that we want to enjoy, or maybe a piece of technology that we really need to enhance our lifestyle. And generally, technology and these items that we buy are really designed to be upgraded on a regular cycle. But if you want to use something a bit longer, it's certainly possible if you look after it correctly. And there are many different factors which I want to discuss with you in this video. Now, the first one is choosing the right technology or choosing the right product to start off with. If you're looking for a new laptop or a new smartphone or a new tablet device or a new camera, really do your research first. Use YouTube videos, use the reviews that are online, research via different websites about how a product actually performs, whether it's good value, whether it actually delivers on its promises, and do your research before you actually spend the money. So that's my first piece of advice. Next up is when you've actually got that product, look after it and keep it clean. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the plastics and materials that are used in technology nowadays absorb fluids from our hands. They absorb dirt. You can get fine scratches on them, and again, dirt can get ingrained into those scratches, or indeed just the material that they're made of. So clean them regularly. If it's something you can clean with a mildly damp cloth, you don't necessarily need to use any of these cleaning products or strong detergents, which I would really not recommend, just to wipe them over every couple of days or every week, just to keep them looking clean. Another thing is about protecting your product. So if you're buying a camera, for example, I'm recording this on a Panasonic GH4. A lot of people don't do this, but I highly recommend using a small screen protector on the screen, because although screens are quite resilient to scratches, it's a lot cheaper to replace a screen protector on a camera screen or on a smartphone or on a tablet than to actually have to replace the whole screen. And using a camera as an example again, buy a clear lens protector or a UV filter and put that on front of your lens. Again, a lot cheaper to replace a £10 filter on the front of your lens than replacing the whole lens or the whole camera or having to get it repaired. So protect your equipment, and with the likes of smartphones and tablets, buy a case. I know a lot of people don't like doing this, but if you want to use something for a long time, then it's well worth putting a case on your product. And then we've got things like actually looking after it. So common sense things that sometimes people overlook. If you're traveling with your product, maybe in a car or another sort of vehicle, don't leave it on display when you leave that car, because somebody will see that and they will smash the window of your car to steal that product. And don't leave it in direct sunlight, either in a vehicle or inside your house, because that direct sunlight can heat up the components and shorten the life of the components in the product. And if it's made of plastic, maybe it's a white plastic, and it can even cause that plastic to yellow and to degrade. So look after your product in that respect as well. Now, we've also got the subject of battery life. A lot of technology nowadays has rechargeable batteries in it. And I get a lot of questions through YouTube and social networking about how one should correctly charge their device initially when they first purchase it. Is it safe to leave on overnight? And how to look after a battery so that it lasts the longest amount of time. I'm not on about actual on time of the device, but if you've got a battery in a product and you use it for a year, how to get the most out of that battery so it's still working nicely in a year's time. So let's talk about if you buy a brand new product, what should you do with it? Well, the first thing I'd recommend is obviously turn it on and see if there's any charge in it, and maybe set it up and just make sure you're happy with the device, and then pop it on charge. I would leave it on charge overnight for the first charge. It's perfectly safe to leave something on charge overnight. Some people worry that if a battery is charged to 100% and you leave it on charge, you're going to damage that battery in some way. Well, most modern day battery technology, most modern day chargers will actually switch to a lower charging current once the device reaches 100%, and then it will just trickle charge it for the remainder of the night until you get up the following day and start using your product. There are even chargers available that will actually switch off. I use an eco charger myself, so when my smartphone reaches 100%, the charger switches off. Now that has got the downfall that if it recharges very early on in the night, then when I wake up in the morning, maybe I've only got 98% battery or 96 instead of 100%. But I think that's a really good sort of type of charger. I think it's a good way to go. Now we've got things like, should you top up your battery during the day? Well, I would say yes. I would say if you're working throughout your day with your iPad, for example, and it's at 60%, 70%, and you're near a charger or you're going to stop using it for a while, then yeah, top it up, top it back up to 100%. There's no harm in doing that at all. And then we've got things like conditioning batteries. A lot of people say, should I condition my battery? Should I let it run right out to 0% and then charge it all the way back up to 100% again? Well, of course, that is possible. It's not essential nowadays, but I still get into the habit, especially with my MacBook Pro, that once a month, I run it right the way down to 0% until the system says, hey, you're running on a sort of low battery charge, your system's going to turn off soon, and I let it run all the way out until it actually shuts down itself, and then I recharge it all the way back up to 100%. And I make a habit of doing that once a month. Now, whether that's a necessity, I don't know, but with my history of laptops, with my MacBook Pros, the battery has lasted very well. Even 6 months in, a year into the cycle of a laptop, for me, it's worked extremely well. There is one last thing I want to touch on with battery technology, and it really refers to laptops again, or ultrabooks, and that is, should you use your laptop plugged in all the time? Will that damage the battery? Well, it certainly won't damage the battery, but it does have an effect on your battery life. I would say that if you're going to use something on the sort of mains power of your house or your business a lot of the time, and you've got a removable battery, then remove that battery and just use it on mains power all of the time. If you can't remove the battery, then I would make a habit of at least using it on the battery power for a good portion of the day or a good portion of the week to make sure that that battery gets some use. I think it's really a good idea to implement that sort of strategy. So really, it's up to you. You've invested your money in the product. It's down to you as to whether you really look after it properly, and I certainly hope some of the tips I've given you have helped. Now, I have created an extended version of this video where I discuss recycling of products and also insurance, which is a very important factor when you're owning and using technology. If you want to watch the extended version of this video, please do head on over to davidcrier.uk. There's a link in the video description, and if you show your support, you can gain access to this very special video. Thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see another video of mine, please do click the annotation on the top of your screen now, and also you can click the annotation on the bottom of your screen and subscribe to the Geekanoids channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again next time.